Hey guys, and welcome to another weekly makeup basket. I know it's been a while since I last uploaded a video. I believe it's been maybe 2 weeks. Maybe? Oh, sorry. Basically, I've been adjusting to going back to full-time work and it has totally been kicking my ass, and then the clocks went forward an hour and I do not adjust well to time change. So Lord help me when I go to another country. I was getting up at like 6 in the morning to go to work and my body's going, what do you think you're doing? It is only 5 AM. So I've been playing catch up on that, and I'm pretty leveled out now, so hopefully we can return to some kind of regular programming. Not that it was ever regular to begin with, but we can always hope. So yeah, I'm going to share with you my makeup bags, my makeup basket. It's actually a basket this week. My makeup basket for the week. If you don't know what these videos are, they're basically me picking out the makeup that I'm going to wear for the week ahead, integrating things from use up projects, project pans, and basically just cycling through products in my stash so that everything gets equal love. I do try and change it up every week, just a little bit, so that it's not, you know, just me showing you the same products all the time. I think that's why I don't do these videos as regularly as I'd like to, but I'm going to try and change that in future. So I'm going to show you these products in the order that I would apply them to my face, starting with my eye makeup. I start with the e.l.f. Maximum Coverage Concealer, and I believe this is in Porcelain, and it's just a as the name would suggest, it's a maximum coverage concealer. It's very pale, it is very pigmented, and unfortunately I may never be able to repurchase it because e.l.f. is no longer being distributed in the UK. Sad times, but there is a whole wealth of other cheap makeup brands out there, and the company that was distributing e.l.f., Distributi I believe it was called, they're working on other projects at the moment to bring us something else, so we shall see what comes of that. Back to the concealer. What I basically do with this is I put, after I've primed my eyes, I put just a little bit of this because this is really pigmented. A little bit goes a really long way, and I just kind of blend it all over the top of my eye up to the brow bone to just even out the skin tone, hide veins, and it just kind of helps boost the eyeshadows that I put on top of it even more than the primer does. It's kind of like if I were to put NYX Milk Jumbo Eye Pencil on there, except, you know, this is skin toned, so yeah. For an eye base, I'll be using the Colour Tattoo in On and On Bronze, which is in my Project 20 pan at the moment. I will be doing a update video of that really soon. And that's a little swatch of On and On Bronze there for you. For actual eyeshadow, I will be using my two Smashbox exposure palettes. We have the full exposure palette, which is the bottom row is all matte and the top row is all shimmers. Absolutely love this palette. The only problem I have with it is it does kick up a crap ton of dust. Like, you could just tap your brush in it just lightly and it will dust up, and it's a little bit annoying, but little irk, but it's still a wonderful product. And the Smashbox Double Exposure, which I think either came out late last year or earlier this year, but it's the newer of the two anyway, and it is a stunning, bring it a bit closer there for you, it's a stunning palette. I'm particularly obsessed with Copper and Flushed. I'll quickly swatch those two for you. So that is Flushed and that is Copper. They are beautiful together. I will probably do a kind of get ready with me style video showing you the combination that I create with those, because it is awesome and beautiful. For eyeliner, I have two products. One is the Revlon pencil liner. I was using the Rimmel soft coal pencil, which was in my project pan, but I've lost it, so I'm swapping out for this one. I'll go over it in my update video, but there's a little sneaky peek for you. So that's the Revlon eyeliner. I actually like it a lot more over the Rimmel one. It's much creamier, much more pigmented, and it lasts a lot longer as far as I can tell. For a gel liner, I'll be using the Eye Studio Lasting Drama Gel Liner from Maybelline, just in black. I hated this liner when I first bought it. It was really wet, really smudgy, and as it's drying out it's a lot easier to work with and really long lasting, and it doesn't smudge, which is thumbs up for me. For mascara, I'll be using the Clinique High Impact Mascara. This is currently my Project 20 pan. I'm actually really enjoying this. It is starting to dry out a bit. There's like a little look at the wand there for you. This is really good for volumizing the lashes, and I don't find it smears too much or bleeds under the lash line or anything, so I might, maybe possibly, purchase this one once I've finished all my mascara samples. Maybe possibly. I kind of begrudge purchasing high-end mascaras because they tend to be really expensive, and you know, you have to throw them out really quickly and yada yada yada. So I might not, we'll see. And lastly in the eye area is the brows, and this is a newer purchase. This is the Brow Satin by Maybelline in dark brown. It's what I have in my eyebrows at the moment. In fact, pretty much everything that I'm mentioning at the moment has on my face. But this is sort of their version of the Anastasia Brow Wiz. It has this really nice sort of waxy, skinny pencil there. Do a little swatcheroo of it there. It looks really sheer and unpigmented, but once it's in your brows it works like a dream and it's perfect. It's the only brow pencil that I've found that can convincingly extend my brow tail without looking, although hey, she drew on her brow tails, because I do like to extend it just ever so slightly so it sort of has a nice end to it rather than just boom. Because that does sometimes happen if I'm, you know, being a bit too tweezer happy, shall we say, especially at the tail of my brows. And at the other end it has this sort of has shadow in the cap, and then it has a little sponge tip applicator, and you just sort of pounce it over the top. I'll try and get some on there. And it sort of sets the pencil and also helps to fill in any gaps in the brows. And out of the brow pencils that I bought recently, this is definitely my favourite one. Onto the face. For primer, I'll be using the Rimmel Lasting Finish Primer. I'm just over halfway through this primer now. I don't love it, I don't hate it. It helps the makeup go on really well. I'm not sure anything about making your makeup last any longer. I do feel, although it maybe dries out my skin a little bit, although that could just be the weather because it is, well, it has been still quite cold and in fact snowed, but now we have a heat wave, so I'll see how it goes this week. But for foundation, I'm using the Max Factor Facfinity foundation. I haven't used this in like a year. I missed it so much. This is, I prefer this to the Estee Lauder Double Wear. It has the same sort of pigmentation and coverage, but it's a lot creamier of a formula and easier, like far easier to work with. And I also like to mix in with it the Mememe Beat the Blues in Moonbeam. I'll do a little swatch of this so you can see it. This is very similar to High Beam by Benefit. It's just a liquid illuminator. Of course I might use some of the e.l.f. concealer on my face if the Facfinity isn't strong enough, but under my eyes I do like to use the Touche Magique from L'Oreal. You guys are probably sick of seeing this thing, but this is like my go-to under eye concealer. I've gone through 6 tubes of this, probably, if not more. I will always repurchase this as long as they continue to make it. For blush, in particular cream blush, I will be continuing with the NYX Natural blush, which as you can see has barely anything left in it, and I'm sure I say this every time I show this product. It's gonna be finished soon, but this time it's definitely going to be finished soon, most definitely. And on top of it I will be wearing the Nude blush by 17, which is very similar to Dallas. I don't currently have it with me to show. I don't know what I've done with it. I had it barely half an hour ago and it's on my cheeks at the moment. I did go a little bit crazy, I will say that. I look, although I've been slapped in the face. Don't know how it's coming off on camera, but in person it looks as though I've been slapped in the face. I'm not going to be using a bronzer this week because I have not been feeling bronzer lately at all. I try it and it just ends up ruining my entire look, so I'm just not even going near it. For a highlight though, I will be using the MAC's Special Reserve highlight powder in Chez. This is a limited edition powder that came out I think 2011 with the Champagne collection. Here's a quick little swatchy of it. It's what I have on my cheeks at the moment as a highlight, and it's, you know, it's just a really pretty kind of highlight, and I kind of want to get it used up and out of my collection, so I'm gonna put it in my weekly makeup baskets and try and use it up. I will talk about it more in my Project Pan update video, which will be coming later in the week. To set my face, I will be using the Smashbox Photo Set finishing powder. It's just a nice kind of silica powder. It's a bit like the e.l.f. HD powder, but a lot more finely milled. So yeah, I really like this stuff. It's good for mattifying and it keeps makeup in place all day. And for touch-ups, because I do get a little bit oily around my mug, especially if I'm over a fryer all day, this is the Perfect Light pressed powder from number 7, and as you can see I did hit pan just a little bit, so yeah. Excitement. On my lips I have 2 lipsticks that I'd like to focus on. I know I'm not going to finish all the products in my Finish 5 by Cinco de Mayo. I already know this, so I'm going to try and focus on these 2, because if I can at least just finish these then I will be happy. This is Glam from Rimmel, long since discontinued, easily dupable. I've talked about it too much. And then we have Cinnamon by Fashionista, again discontinued, easily dupable, yada yada yada. But I only have a very little amount of both left, so I'm going to try and focus on these 2 this month, try and get them finished up for the project finale, and then kind of roll the other lipsticks on into the next project. And lastly in my makeup basket, I thought I'd include a perfume, because I've also included perfumes in my Finish 5 by Cinco de Mayo project, and I'm finding a little bit of a struggle at the moment, so I'm going to try and focus on this one. Is the La Petite Robe Noire by Guerlain. As you can see, there is a little itty bitty left, probably about a week's worth, so I'm going to try and finish this one this week. It's a really nice sweet fruity scent. It smells a lot of like blackberries and vanilla and a little bit of musk in there. I love musk and vanilla. So that's everything that I'm going to be wearing on my face this week. As always, let me know in the comments below if you make these kinds of videos and I can come and watch them too, and I will see you in the next video. Thank you for watching, and bye bye.